6, yeah. I'm just saying 6 because we're up to about the 6th one now, so they've probably been a year probably to get to this point. But yeah, easily you could do it earlier.
What about our ESOL students? That would be like in...
Why don't you ask Karen's mum, Carly's mum, whichever, to do all of these in Chinese? The aim here is not to speak English, but the aim is to understand what a preposition is or to differentiate language. So that would be quite fun.
Yeah.
So they need to be able to read, or do they? Because you can read them to them.
Yeah.
But they won't be able to do it
They are so interesting that the child has a reason to learn to read.
Yes.
And in fact, this is the motivation. And I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
The reason we learn to read is in order to do these cool fun things. I can't read. What does stand for? What does that word? What does that mean? All of those questions. You want to promote their questioning because then they go back to that. Remember the stages of learning? If they don't have a wondering, they won't get there. All right, we're on up to number 6, and I think we've just got 3 to go. Take your neighbour lightly by the arm. Take your neighbour roughly by the arm. Nice physical fun stuff. Walk slowly to the window. Walk rapidly to the window. Rise silently from your seat. Rise noisily from your seat. Well timed. Look smilingly into the noise. Scowlingly. Take 5 steps toward the door. Turn abruptly to the left. Take 5 steps to the door. Turn gradually to the left. Good on you. Take 5 steps toward the door. Turn abruptly to the left. Nice. Take 5 steps toward the door, turn gradually to the left. Jolly good. Oh, good.
Stephen, what was the function of it is adverb?
Tells you how to describe a word. This is drama, basically. This is the drama course.
I just wish it came in the same colour.
Yeah, I'm sure the one in our room was pink.
It is pink.
Yeah, but
It's as pink as it gets. What's that?
That was the conjunction box. Oh, the conjunction box is pink, isn't it? It's just a different.
The function of words conjunction is pink. The grammar, the rules. You understand the difference between ingredients and recipe? Yeah. Run straight into the other room. Return to your place walking zigzag. How do you walk? You walk zigzag. Is that an adverb? Feel uncomfortable with it as an adverb. You walk zigzag, walking zigzag. You want to say zigzaggly or something, don't you? Anyway. Sedately, lightly and heavily. Walk lightly into the other room. Return to your place walking sedately as if you were an important person. Walk across the room and back, resting heavily on each step as though you were hurting to walk.
So sedately is a important.
It's beautiful, isn't it? So this is your drama. This is so important to collect. Oh, can I only use these cards or can I write my own command cards? Can the kids write their own command cards? Have we just expanded it 100-fold? These are just the keys to knowledge. It's the least necessary to get you going. But if we didn't, you know how you're interested in the of one, if we didn't go through that much detail, we'd never get to that depth. And that's what the excitement about these materials is. Walk across the room stomping frequently. Return to your place stomping occasionally. Walk to the door, meanwhile, keeping your eyes closed. Meanwhile is a really lovely what? What is meanwhile? What part of speech is meanwhile?
The connecting one.
Conjunction.
Yeah.
It isn't. It's an adverb. And in this case, it is an adverb because how will you be walking with your eye? How will you be walking? You'll be walking with your eyes closed. So it tells you how you'll be walking. Good. All good. So you're starting to have a handle on these. I'd like to just very quickly introduce the last 3. I'll do it from over here. The pronoun is here. We're frustrated that it's green, but we get over ourselves. Him, her, his, it, all of those guys. You know these ones. And you know these ones don't have command cards. Let us look at the children. What does this card says? Let us look at the children. This child is taller than that child. That child is shorter than this child. Let us look at the children. This one is taller than that one. That one is shorter than this one. Okay? Getting to be quite complex for sentences. Sorry, complicated. They're not complex. They're just complicated. Here is a crane on top of a cylinder. Here's a cone on top of a cylinder. Try to put the cylinder on top of the cone. Or you could just use the pronoun, you could just use the nouns once and change them into pronouns. Here is a cone on top of a cylinder. Try to put this one on top of that one. There you go. So you start to understand the purpose of a pronoun and how pronouns are used, obviously elision and order and all of the other good stuff. Thank Charles. Full stop. Charles gave you the pencil. Thank Charles. Who gave you the pencil? You see, who is standing in for Charles. It says that thank Charles. Repeat the noun, so that's a sentence. New sentence. I need a noun. I'm going to use Charles gave you the pencil. But by putting who in there, we know that who means Charles, yeah? Thank Charles who gave you the pencil. And it can join those together. Here is the boy, we saw him. Here is the boy whom we saw. Now you need to know if it's an object or a subject, if you're going to put in who or whom. Okay? Who was doing the seeing in this one? We were doing it to him. If we're doing it to him, then it's to whom. Okay? The M has to be there for him, it has to be there for who. It's the same deal. Whereas in this other one I just said, thank Charles, Charles gave you the pencil. Thank Charles, he gave you the pencil. Therefore it's who gave you the pencil, because there's no M. Does it make sense? This is when you use who in a direct object. Nice. When one is a subject, when one is an object, you need to know the difference. You're about to hear the difference. That's why I'm excited to get to this thing here this afternoon, because suddenly you're like, I get what a transitive verb is. All this time you've been wondering. Haven't you been up at night wondering? That house is our house, that house is ours. We don't say that, or we could say that is our house. Yes? Our house means it's an adjective describing the house. That house is ours means it's a pronoun saying that house is the one that belongs to us. Can you feel that they're different? One is an adjective, one is a pronoun, and we need to know when to use which. These papers are your papers, these papers are yours. Can you see the your there? Tells me which type of papers they are. Whose papers are they? Tina's? No, they're your papers, so we know which type they are, so it's operating as an adjective. Here, by putting it in as yours, we've changed it into a pronoun. These are yours. And you'll see all of that will help because these cards, because you're so practiced in putting out the cards, you'll see that the actual word will change part of speech. So that's the fun of it. Remember we talked about first person, second person, third person? This also is present tense and future tense. This is a really cool box. There's so much. There's just a lot of verb cards in here. A little bit like how we had it up there. But it also is going to put into different tenses and moods. This is 6E. Will be the one to watch out for. I, you, him, he, us, we, her. I lead you by the hand to the window. I led him by the hand to the window. He leads us by the hand to the window. We led her by the hand to the window. When do we use which pronoun? All of these guys will help you out with that. Can you feel how your writing is going to be so rich after you've had these experiences? That you'll be able to write much more effectively, much more beautifully, much more efficiently. I ask a question very softly, you answer me, and he over there must try to hear both of us. So what are all the pronouns and how they all fit together? Next one, conjunjure, to join. We're into yellow. You can see me just rushing through. The cabinets are in order. All the things are in their places. The cabinets are in order for all the things are in their places. So for is a conjunction. Put away the pen, put away the pencil, put away the pen and the pencil, put away the pen or the pencil, put away neither the pen nor the pencil. Remember, the or needs to change to a nor if you're using neither. Which is often, either only indicates a choice of two. And so you can't have a choice of three with either. Choose either of these three. Doesn't work. Yes, please don't. The boys want to go to the park, the girls want to go to the park, both the boys and the girls want to go to the park. Away we go. So it's a conjunction, but there are some subtle word order shifts that happen. That child is happy, he always sings, he works. That child is happy because he sings while he works. Because and while have joined those three sentences up. Because and while are there. Everybody must be neat. The Montessori school looks neat. Everybody must be neat in order that the Montessori school looks neat. And that's called a subjugating conjunction, because the second clause is related but not as important to the first clause. We'll get there. We've got a whole 2 hours this afternoon put aside for all of us. Yay! You'll understand subjugating clauses. You may play your recorder tomorrow. You finish this long division. You may play your recorder tomorrow. You finish this long division. You may play your recorder tomorrow, provided you finish this long division. So provided becomes a conjunction. It joins the two sentences. But can you see how one is dependent on the other? That's what subjugating means. Sub judice, sub under the justice of. Last section here, interjection. Remember I talked about adverbs being emotions? That's the drama. Here we have it again. These are lovely. I'd just love for you just to spend an hour just going through this and actually doing it all. Hey, where do you think you're going? Hey, you need to have that vocal, and you love it when these cards come out, because all over the class, kids are saying, alas, it was too late. The game was already over. You two, form a play making this a statement that could be true. Da, 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 off you go. And do whatever it takes. Wow, he sure is strong. Remember when you do the changing the order, is he is wow, sure strong. Sure is wow, strong. Da, 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 da. Sure, why did I do that? Sure. Because we always use the sure. There is a slight American twang to some of these. Bang, bang. I'm hoping that you have an experience with the grammar boxes that is a very, very positive and strong one. I hope you see that this is not about teaching kids language, although they will learn language. Our major focus is to enrich the cultural experience of the child. We happen to do that through the medium of language. On the way through, they learn. Does that all make sense to everybody? Please do not teach with the grammar boxes. They'll become boring really quickly. Oh no, you have to learn nouns. Now sit down and do all the grammar boxes on nouns. Boring. Munch till 5 past. Bon appetit.